This is an introduction to Yearbook theme. I am Jess Hunziker, Yearbook newspaper and video production advisor at Castleview High School in Castle Rock, Colorado, where I've been advising for 12 years. We're going to begin by defining what exactly a yearbook theme is and why it's important for your book. First, the yearbook theme is the primary tool you will use as a staff to create a product that feels cohesive and connected. Yearbook themes are used to create a brand. From the look of the book to the words that are used, the theme becomes the yearbook's identity, almost like its own ad campaign. And because the book tells the story of the year, readers can, and maybe even should, have an emotional connection to the final product. When developing your yearbook theme, it's important to remember what a yearbook theme isn't. While there will be elements of school pride in every yearbook, it shouldn't necessarily be the primary point of emphasis. We also want to avoid overly cheesy or predictable phrases. Yearbook themes also shouldn't be so specific that they couldn't be made relevant to the many different people, personalities, and groups within your school. As you begin to develop your theme, you'll want to carefully consider the visuals. That's all the things we see on the page. The verbals, that's all the words we're going to use, especially that key theme phrase and then associated spin-offs that go with that key theme phrase. And making that clear visual verbal connection to help develop one central concept for the yearbook. These guiding questions for the visual, verbal, and conceptual should be questions that you are able to answer as you develop and implement your theme. A few more big ideas here. Your theme should mean something to your students and your community, and it should be unique to this year, as opposed to just words and visuals that are tasked together on a page. When it's done well, yearbook themes can also be in use to inspire marketing campaigns. Finally, a good theme personalizes the yearbook to make it feel as if it's something that belongs to your students and your school by including coverage that's inclusive and universal. So here's how we do it. Your theme elements, such as fonts, colors, designs, and words, should be clearly seen on the cover and end sheets, as well as throughout the book in dividers and other places. This keeps the theme's story moving, but also provides continuity. On those pages, we can emphasize theme by paying special attention to visuals and verbals, such as spin-offs of our verbal theme, and visuals that connect to the overall story of the book. And when it comes to actually coming up with a theme, here are 3 approaches that you might consider. This is by no means an exhaustive list of the types of themes you can have. But as you consider how to develop your theme, I'd encourage you to explore these as possibilities. As you will see from the examples I share, themes that are focused on school pride or even an anniversary book could fall within these different types of themes. Again, themes are creative and should represent your school in this year, but these theme types could give you a place to start. The We Rock theme can really be focused on the things happening at your school, including achievements and accomplishments. The We Love Us theme type emphasizes people, and it's about community. And the This Is Home theme type focuses on places and the shared experiences of being a part of the same school. So here's an example of the We Rock theme type. This is the most recent Castleview yearbook, and the theme, Let's Get a Little Bit Rowdy, not only pulls in the school's mascot, which is named Rowdy, but takes a bold look at the achievements and accomplishments throughout the year. Because this was a bold We Rock theme, it's important to notice that the visuals, like the use of bold graphic fonts and bright colors, help reinforce the concept to make that strong visual verbal connection. This book from Highland Park High School is another example of the We Rock theme type. The thematic phrase, the endless pursuit, allowed this yearbook staff to focus on the individual achievements of various student groups while also emphasizing the collective awesomeness of the entire school. And phrases like, when we find unity, we find strength, and the next level don't simply repeat that central theme phrase, but use related verbals to further connect the stories to the overall theme. Another reason why this theme is successful is because it lends itself to those individual stories, like what we see with the Truman Factory, and the collective stories, like the cheer story on the top of the page. Because I think it's important for you to see how each year can and should be approached differently when it comes to theme, I have another Castleview example, this time from the 2018 yearbook. While family can border on cheesy, the staff that did this book was really intentional about using the theme phrase, undeniably one family, to make that visual verbal connection and use it as a storytelling tool. I've included here the 2 pages of opening because I think it's a great example of how to connect that visual and verbal. The photo of the 2 volleyball players, they're hugging after winning state, and that quote, to take care of each other, it feels like a Love Us book. The 2nd page of opening reinforced this with the use of more visual verbal connections. And remember, the Love Us theme type is about people. So the staff that did this book really sought out stories of individuals and took the time to report on and celebrate those students as part of our school, while also reinforcing how each person helps to create a sense of community at our high school. At Kirkwood High School, their most recent theme was More Than. Since they are the pioneers, you'll see through this example of how the Love Us theme can also pull in elements of school pride. Verbal spin-offs, such as the More Than a Goodbye, or More on Their Home Plate, or Not Just From, reinforce that verbal theme. The theme phrase More Than is also used as a storytelling tool. The We Love Us theme type is focused on people, so you have to start really digging into stories and individuals and capture those with the photos in the book, as you can see here. They really took the time to celebrate individuals at this school. And finally, I have one more example from Castleview. The home theme type can use the physical places in our schools and communities to anchor the theme for your students. In our town, there's a physical rock formation called the Rock, but it's pretty iconic for our town. The town is literally named after it, Castle Rock. On the cover, there's a graphic representation of the places in our community and in the physical town, and it feels uniquely us. And then that verbal phrase, exit 184, it's just the name of the highway exit, but everyone who goes to Castleview High School knows that when you reach exit 184, you're home. Home is where stories happen, so the yearbook staffers photograph people in the many places that are representative of our students and our community. Using verbals like, this is the place we know, or the town you know, this book combined visuals and verbals to develop a concept that feels like home. It's uniquely Castleview, and because the verbal theme phrase is uniquely us, exit 184, it probably wouldn't make sense for another school or other students, but even an outsider could sense that this was a book about home and about community, even if they didn't know the significance of the theme phrase. And the stories inside the book just reinforce that thematic concept. Visuals such as the marching band downtown, a map of popular hangout spots, or even stories about student struggles or what it's like to have a home that's elsewhere provide a full picture of the community with a special focus on the places. So here we are. I'd encourage you to use one of the theme types mentioned to help you brainstorm your next theme. From there, it's all about the visuals, like the use of colors and photography, and how those connect to the verbals, like the spin-offs and the stories, that you'll use to develop one cohesive tone and strategy for this year's theme. This was an introduction to Yearbook Theme. Once again, I'm Jess Hunziker, and best wishes for the year ahead. Thank you.